Today is January 12th, 2025. Okay? Now, if you think about what these people said, there's real people behind what they did. Real people. Okay? Like, for we all work for the king from Texas. We are his men. He's a drug lord. Dave hired us. There's a fentanyl king. They call it the king from Texas. U.S. military, Iraqi translator, went into the dark web. Malware, fentanyl king. Okay? He's Middle Eastern. Alright. They also said they worked for retired Judge Pete. They were Florida human traffickers. Right? They were relocating people to Florida. And it was like a resort area. There was a retired Judge Peters involved in a human trafficking scam connected to Disney. 108 went to jail. They caught him in 22. They said there was a Russian drug lord involved. They got one in August of 24 out of Ohio, a major Russian drug lord. Okay? When I met with my friend out of Worcester on January 20th, 24, had a friend on the police department, knew about the case the agent opened with me, knew about the Texas group involved in my case. Okay? They knew about, and I'm like, the Kingsmen, is that what they call themselves? Well, I call them that because we all work for we're his men, you know. There was a retired judge in Texas involved in this, and they went down to question him. He killed himself. There's another retired judge in another state. I thought he said Louisiana. It says the state that's involved in this nationwide human trafficking scam. Okay? They're going to use that case, that agent open with you, to get these drug traders, human trafficking people. They arrested a group that was moving people from Florida, Louisiana to Texas. Okay? They were also known for bullying people, using diet drugs on them to make them lose weight, and then bullying them into unnecessary surgeries and other stuff. Like they walk around telling you're ugly, you need a facelift. Stabbing you with date rape drugs and you're losing tons of weight. Where they said they even ran experiments. They got them. Okay? They said there was a prince from Africa was taking up money to pay people to help protect me. There was an Ohio man impersonating a prince from Africa. They gone. They talked about him clear up to 21, even up in Cuyahoga Falls. See, there's real people that really did this. You just have to research and you find out who actually did it by what they say. And who they describe themselves. So if you want to say that agent tricked you people into confessing your crimes, who you work for, under police surveillance with a court order for an FBI informant, or for a protected custody case with statements with a court order, and it stands up in court without me, he did. And you're stupid. Now, do I ever want to hear at anybody's mouth where those drug dealers set up a drug scam of the photoshopping or washing yourself in the shower and drug confessions? Again, no. Never wanted to hear from them about it anyways. Like on January 5th, 25, Walmart 62, the undercover police, what is this? Another FBI agent lied to the U.S. Marshals? Told them she was weird with herself? Huh? We always knew it was a photoshopped of washing yourself in the shower. And that's what they photoshopped in the other room, of washing yourself in the shower. In the other room. And they had drugged her up and told her to say it before. We always knew that. We already got one agent over a case saying that he was in it with the drug dealers. And we also have him taped that he let this happen because he said that he thought she threatened his daughter and find out that she didn't even know who she was. What are they doing? FBI's getting even with her? Huh? Because none of this is funny. They need to realize it. Because they always knew. I never talked to anybody. I thought the dirty well water I was showering in was making me sick. It's the only thing new to me. I never seen or talked to anybody. Never even had my neighbors in my home. How would you like to come in, take a drink, wash your hands, make something to eat and drink? Take a drink out of a 2-liter Diet Coke? Or go to Sam Black. Wake up with injection marks. Things that look like injection marks. Giant bruises all over you. Orange, lemon, grapefruit. Muscle pain. Headache, dizzy, almost passing out. Severe swollen personal infection. And the only thing new to you is you're showering in dirty well water. Never see or talk to anybody. And I'm telling the doctor, what's wrong with me? Did you fall? No. Maybe you're coming anemic. Put me on high doses of iron. Muscle relaxer for the pain, stuff for the headache, stuff for nauseousness, and pills and creams for a personal infection so swollen that I couldn't hardly pee. They were abusing me sexually. Now what the fuck were those agents laughing at on a recorded line for some guy named Pete, which the investigators call him an old drug dealer from Ravenna that Dave hired on his own, running a drug scam on me? In time, that agent lied to the U.S. Marshals. These people had already confessed. They put clips together, put her in a porn. It's not her, it's them. Then what you're describing as showering? Ha 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 ha. She figured out what they did. May 12th, 22 at noon. May 26th, 22 at noon of the shower scene in the other room. March 1st to 3rd of 21. They put 2 clips together, put her in a porn. So what were they doing lying to him in January of 23? To January 19th, they photoshopped a feminine wipey above the toilet. They photoshopped all their lies. They drugged me and told me to say it before and repeatedly. And they had already started mocking everybody by November 18th, 22. For falling for it. Danny and Jen already confessed they didn't know anything about it. Or the kids. My whole family, by Thanksgiving of 18, where John's kids made up the mean games of pretend in the basement. They had already caught Melissa telling the kids to lie. And in the illegally bugged house, they made everything up for Auntie Joe and Papa to get the house, and they were games of pretend. They made up. Florida already ratted them out to a bunch of adults. Of course it never happened. Of course it wasn't true. We made it up. They were games of pretend, laughing. They're documented me games of pretend. The sheriffs even laughed at some guy named Curtin, May at 21, for falling for it. They flat out stated they lied. Told a bunch of people, even more, they were pretending. So, let's see. What are you talking about? Because by Thanksgiving of 18, when they said that, and then John defended me in a legally bugged house, but I asked him what on earth is going on. He's like, I don't know, Mom. His ex-wife Melissa would have him make up something because of the divorce. And I told him, you're moving out. But don't worry about it. Nobody could say anything bad about you. You should have our church people make up something too. But don't worry about it. Nobody could ever say anything bad about you. Go to Dave. Karen, you're good to the kids. You go to the grandkids. You never hurt anyone. You're good to everyone, no matter who it is. Right after Thanksgiving of 18, the police have a huddle and they begin in the front of Walmart 62. Why are they having all those kids make up all that shit up? They're just trying to scare her out of the house, that's it. We interviewed her whole family. They spoke very highly of her. I was found innocent of everything by 18. My part of the case was over by Thanksgiving of 18. They had went to Altman Family Physicians with me, and they told them it was a medication error, medical malpractice that almost killed me. My part of the case was over 18. Dave even confessed December 9th of 18th. I never caught him with anyone. So there'd be no one to threaten. So my part of the case was over. Like people said, it's not funny. You pull the case, she was found innocent of everything. They told my ex-husband January 25th, 2019. The police always knew she was innocent and innocent before it. They were talking about it at the station. Some guy was bailing this guy out from a team, said if she's innocent, I'll pay a fine or bail. Said no, the police already knew she was innocent and innocent before. They knew somebody else did something wrong before. They told him in January of 19. 9/18/19. They tell the Ravenna judges, you had us look into it, you knew she couldn't handle it, you knew she appreciated us doing it, and you could find she did nothing wrong. My whole family defended me. Knew nothing of this. And Dave's having that old drug dealer Pete and his group run a drug scam on me. Of photoshopping and washing their fake sodium pentothal reports of getting someone stoned so they can tell them to say or do anything. They did it to my neighbor Mike, and he told people he was an astronaut and tried to tell me he was a New York cop. He was stoned out of his mind. No memory of it. My coworker Dar got a drink laced at a bar, don't remember meeting him, and got taken and raped and left in a puddle of pee. A Marshall's kid got roofied twice. She moved out of the area for safety. Don't know what happened to her. It's not funny they're playing with people like that. Now we're going to have a talk. What were they doing? We got May 25th, 21 of the church people breaking in before, drugging her, telling her to say weirdo molester stuff. That's not funny. Got 2 witnesses in my phone. 8/9/21, the apartment building for me. Second close offense. A lady and little girls we're talking about. 4 or 5 people did police report. 1295 Fairlawn. Middle apartment, little white lady screamed at him. Talked to several people in 21. At the Oakland apartment, December 9th, 21, 4 p.m. That all the tapes before were them and not me. And done. Or just a bunch of men doing crimes down here. Same day, white man bald with dark eyes distributing food at the Stark County Hunger Task Force on 9th Street in Canton. There's only 4 or 5 volunteers. Here's one of my cards. Came out, we always knew the tapes before were them and not her, so we never said a word. January 1922, they told the Department of Disability I was drugged and told to say it before. February 2nd, 22, Burlington Coat Factory, a Latino man admitted he drugged me first and told me to say it. People went running in to Save-A-Lot out of their houses on 6th Street screaming it. March 24th, 22, they admitted a frame of me. From the first month of the case, that little white man showing up, I had woke up with another bruise, said he was using sodium pentothal on me, was working for Dave, and he drugged me up and told me to say long nightgown and tushy line. And Dave debunked it. I was dressed modestly and they only seen the back of my knees. To all these other idiots laughing in my face, how they drugged you and told you to say flasher stuff, weirdo stuff, you hurt people. My God, I used to run to the bathroom and have diarrhea or throw up. What these people had violated me. And I never seen her talk to anyone, and I thought it was a dirty well water giving me cancer. Eric made, one of the drug dealers, made fun of everybody in November 1822. All the tapes before were me and not her. It was my idea to come up with it, my idea to do it, my idea to say it. For all these people turn on, they felt for If it was only you, I could take care of it. I know it's that bad, and they still fell for it. Asked Danny and Jenna on Christmas Eve of 22. You know anything about that jackass? No. Did you know where they kicked in my door on the 6th day to the wall when we were at the storage unit? Yes. Did you know they set up button cameras stalking me? No. Did you know about a shower scene in the other room to make me look weird with myself? No. Do you remember the orange, lemon, and grapefruit-sized bruises all over me and I almost passed out in front of the neighbor by the second week? Yes. Did you know they were drugging and beating me and telling me to say weirdo stuff? No. Thought you were working too hard and bruising too easy. I didn't think about it. Kids came out of the room and hugged me. Grandma, we didn't know. Danny didn't know. Went to Josh before that. I've never done anything bad or wrong. Never said you did. My whole family defended me. This is the stupidest scam, and people are acting like ignorant morons. And where the U.S. Marshals, where I got done talking to my friend out January 20th, 24. You gotta be kidding me. Yep. I gotta move. Sorry. I'm pulling over here. January 20th, 23. Huh? Met him out in Worcester. Got a friend in the police department. Knew about the case the agent opened with you. Knew about the Texas group involved in your case. Okay? Goes on. And I'm like, the Kingsman, is that what they call themselves? There was a retired judge in Texas involved in this human trafficking scam. They went down and questioned him. He killed himself. There's another retired judge involved in this, and then he says the state. They're going to use that case that agent opened with you to get the drug traders, human trafficking people. They found 35 people tied up in a railroad car, African American people. They were taking them and shooting them and throwing them along railroad tracks. You have so much hurt and pain in your eyes, and then he drills me till I'm stuttering. I walk outside. Men that were in the restaurant, and I thought, you brought your police department here? Oh, they even witnessed some riffraff talking about telling a Harry I was sent with him, where they said some guy named Harry was involved, and that I was one of Harry's girls. Where they started talking about him, where they said they sold me to some African American guy on January 25th, 2019 for 25 grand. Do you know there is, I don't know if it's him, but there is a African American human trafficker in Ohio named Harry, and they're all looking for him. Okay? That's a coincidence. But, and they said they were going to tell, we're going to tell Harry she was sitting with some other guy. I thought, who the hell's Harry? Tell him I don't care. Okay? Walk outside. We're the U.S. Marshals. We're going to be taking care of this. That agent left her there. Can you imagine he left her there? He said he left her there because she screwed with herself. Who would care if she wasn't? It was probably them and not her. And he left her there. We'll take care of him. And they laughed. 3 weeks later, they did an 800 people sweep. They've been pulling the hell out of him. My neighbor witnessed the human traffickers impersonating the FBI at Faith Family Church. He went down and talked to the U.S. Marshals. He met one of the men they saved. Because of my case, his life got saved. Where the police told me, you need to be proud of what you lived through. Because of what you lived through, we got all this evidence on these people, and you helped save a lot of lives. That's where January 5th, 25, Walmart 62, undercover police. What is this now? Another FBI agent lied to the U.S. Marshals that she was weird with herself. We always knew it was photoshopping or washing yourself in a shower in the other room. That's why nobody knew about it. You got to think that would be a 911 call. Somebody's doing something like that. They would have no... At first they think they're joking. And then they realize they didn't know what they were doing. And they were disoriented. They call 911. Nobody knew about it. Because it's photoshopped. Like they said, we always knew it was Photoshop or washing yourself in the shower. We always knew that. And he lied to them. We already got the agent over a case. December 18, 24 said he let all this happen because he thought she threatened his daughter. And to find out she didn't even know who she was. How the hell would I? Common sense. Where December 9th, 18, Dave even confessed, I never caught him with anyone. So there was no one to threaten. And I didn't believe that little teeny bopper that looked 14 to 16. When she announced it in Faith Family Church, January, February 19, she was dating Dave, I didn't believe her. Not even a little bit. Like the cop said, is she even legal? She looks 15, 16. I pay her at 14. I thought 14, 16, 90 pounds, yeah. I didn't believe a word out of that girl's mouth. And then she's saying how she spent the night with the boys that was the drug dealers. And then she's supposed to be dating Dave too? Yeah, right. Come on. I didn't believe a word out of it. Out of her mouth. He's 60. And she's a child. Now, I'm going to upload this. And if you look on Google, there was a group from Florida, Louisiana to Texas, human trafficking people. Just like my friend said. Where I go into Akron, we all know Karen's Well is still open. It's a nationwide human trafficking scam. Where in May of 24, Myers, North Maine, we talked to the police that worked her case. They said it's ridiculous for anyone to insult her. She almost died to save children. They always knew the weird with yourself was a shower scene of washing. And they had drugged her and told her to say it before, and it was a backup plan if she didn't die. They always knew. So I'm going to upload it.